This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
I mean, if any song should have been canceled by the Gen Zers,
Maybe that one.
you wonder about that one, yeah.
I think Gen Z tried to cancel Eminem, and millennials and elder millennials were like, no. And that was the end of the conversation. So
It does feel like that with a few things. Even the whole, like, skinny jeans are out, and a large portion of people I know are just like, no. Do you think maybe the world is correcting itself a little bit when it comes to cancel culture and things being a little too woke at times? Did you see the clip that went viral about a month ago? And it was a group of college students in a big auditorium, and they were just getting up and pretty much arguing with each other about who was the most woke. So it was like, I don't like it when you guys are making noise. I have a sensory issue. And then the next person said, I wish you wouldn't refer to us as us. I like to be referred to in a singular term. And the next person got up and complained about something. And it was just like,
oh no.
It seemed very exhausting.
I do think it's great that people are more aware of things that they're saying.
100%. We've made a lot of mistakes in the past, and that's how we learn. But it does seem like it's correcting so that comedians can still write jokes.
Black Eyed Peas is the answer. We asked you, what band are kids these days now starting to realize, oh my gosh, those used to be the lyrics to this song that I know and love?
And this is what it sounds like now.
Let's get it started in here.
And I bet, yeah, right from the hop of that song.
From the beginning, it used to have the R word instead of let's get it started.
Mm-hmm.
And people used to say it without realizing how offensive it was. You would use it instead of that's ridiculous or that's insane or that's crazy. And it was just a word because it was in all of the teen comedy movies. But then once people were like, no, this is a horrible word to use. Stop using it. Why is it in this song?
Didn't the Oilers used to use that song?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like they used to come out to that.
No, they didn't.
Or it was like their goal song or something.
We just used it left, right, and center like it was nothing. Now when I hear it, which is very rarely, I cringe. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, you wonder how some people still have it in their repertoire. Like, after being told a few times, hey, like, that word is actually really offensive, you probably shouldn't use it.
I would never use it again. And I've always been that way. As soon as someone says, oh, you actually shouldn't use that, it's completely gone out of my vocabulary.
Oh, so that's all I have to do to get you to stop talking about certain things is tell you it's offensive?
Well, you're a different story. Daniel just wrote in saying another song that's pretty inappropriate is Short Dick Man by Gillette. Yeah, that song is a great song. But
very confusing.
It's also
in junior high when I hadn't hit
mean.
puberty yet.
It's so mean.
Yeah, it was a real kick to the confidence.
Mag says NWA. I know my mom banned them from my mouth as a kid. Yeah, Barry said Oilers came out to Pump It by Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, okay. That's much better.
Wow, let's not get that rumor started. Whew, that was close. But yeah, kids these days are now realizing, oh my gosh, those used to be the words. And you said you told your daughter and she just couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah.
If you rewatch Harold and Kumar, it's used in that, right? Like there's no deleting that song in some situations.
That's why I think, I've said this a few times on the show, but I think trying to hold people accountable for things that were socially acceptable at the time and aren't anymore is ridiculous. For example, a politician used that word 25 years ago. I don't know if we need to get the torches out for cancel culture because it was a word that everybody was using freely and we didn't know yet that we shouldn't be.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that we were just tone deaf. And I'm ignorant.
I'm sure we'll look back at this, time of our life and be like, I can't believe we were saying this. And it's things that we don't know are bad.
Exactly.
Like you just dropped the D-bomb on the radio.
What did I say?
Nonchalantly.
Dumb?
No. Don't want no short D-man. You said it. In 20 years, you're going to be like, I can't believe I said that on the radio.
Ryan just made a really valid point. It's probably just easier to delete all of history and literature than to pick and choose what's allowed to be said. Yes. Okay. Let's delete it all and kids don't have to do any social studies in class. Lynn just wrote in saying The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang. I sang that song as a 9-year-old, not really knowing what's going on.
Before you even knew what they did on the Discovery Channel.
Oh, no, I knew. I remember getting a sneak peek every once in a while and being like, oh, interesting.
Where are you at with boneless wings?
Love them.
Why? They're not wings, right?
Well, what else do you call them?
Chicken bites, big nuggies,
Chicken tendies.
breast chunks.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Tossed breast chunks.
A Chicago man is very upset with Buffalo Wild Wings for false advertising. So much so he's suing them because he's saying he was duped into buying boneless wings that aren't just boneless, but wingless as well.
Has this guy lived under a rock? Was he expecting what you actually get with bone-in wings, but the bone had been removed?
Just think of a chef having to do that.
Ew.
The act of pulling the meat off doesn't sound great.
Is it controversial to say that I prefer boneless wings over reg?
No, I think you just like different
Tastes, textures,
Exactly.
experiences.
If you think of a fried chicken sandwich, I love those, and those are just really big boneless chicken wings.
Boneless wings are less of a job, and you don't see the veins and stuff because it's breast
Sure.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, you get into some bone-in wings, and they can, when the wing breaks, it's kind of weird.
And also, as soon as somebody told me that if you look closely, sometimes you can still see hair,
The feathers, yeah.
the feathers.
I hate to tell you this, but anytime there's anything with skin, there's a chance that that's the case, so...
Okay, well, now I'm not eating chicken thighs either. Just kidding. No, I love boneless chicken wings, but if this guy gets away with suing, I'm also going to sue.
Okay, you're going to pretend you dislike them and that you wanted the bone-in ones?
Yeah, after I eat 3 pounds, I'm going to go, I hated that. I'd like my money back. You know people that do that? Mm-hmm. They finish their meal
And then
they complain that it wasn't good. What are you doing?
Cheapy cheaps.
Yeah.
I prefer bone-in wings for sure. So I get where this guy's coming from, but suing them, it feels like this is
Who
ridiculous.
has time to sue people? Who has time
Yeah.
to call a lawyer and complain and then go and have a meeting about it?
Do you think this is a situation where everyone somehow wins, though? Think about it. The lawyer wins because he or she is making money. The guy who's suing, potentially winning if he wins the lawsuit. And Buffalo Wild Wings is getting a ton of press out of this.
Ooh, you got boneless wings?
For being the ones that are sued. Exactly. How many people are finding out about some of their menu items? Do you think he wins?
I think that Wild Wing will reach out personally and say, hey, if you shut up.
Free wings for a year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's an ongoing battle of who's better between Calgary and Edmonton. That will never die. And I'm not happy to say that Calgary has another flex that we can be jealous of.
Yeah, we eliminated them from playoffs last year in the NHL. So I feel like we're still the champs.
In The Last of Us, this is a spoiler-free zone, by the way, but there is a scene with a giraffe. And a lot of people thought it was CGI. Nope, it's a real giraffe from the Calgary Zoo. Why didn't they film that in Edmonton? We could have used Lucy in there, even though I think in the video game it's literally a giraffe. So
Right.
it needs to be.
Just trying to stay true with that.
Yeah, I was just kind of jealous.
That is a bit of a spoiler. I haven't seen the last episode yet, but I'm feeling
It's not a big deal. They see a giraffe, big deal.
Yeah, but doesn't
Wait, did that just cancel it out? It's not a big deal. They saw a giraffe, big deal. Okay, anyway.
I'm hearing rumblings that there may be an attempt by Tourism Alberta to bring people in and take them to some of the spots that were used for filming.
Yeah, well, for the people that are obsessed with the video game, they would absolutely come to check that out. When season 2 starts to film, I will be finding Pedro.
And it's filming here, and then apparently there is a third season that's locked in, but they may not be using Alberta, is what I heard.
When I was watching this last episode and I saw that giraffe, I want to know if I'm the only one that thinks like this. There's no way. Giraffes exist. Look at it. That thing is just walking around on Earth, and we're all just like, oh, yeah, it's just a giraffe. That's a giraffe. A giraffe?
Yeah, there's not much else that looks like that. The neck thing, it's like, okay, we get it.
The tongue thing. Have you seen their tongue?
Yeah. Feels like they overdid it a little bit,
They're
you
cute,
know?
They're cute little space buns. What
Like-
are those? Are those ears?
Whoever was designing it, had smoked some weed that day. They're like, no, make the neck longer. It'll be
Longer.
hilarious.
That's still not long enough. Keep going.
It's Ryder and Lisa's Top 7 at 7.
Today we're counting down the top 7 best times of year here in Edmonton.
Okay, so specifically right here in our city, what is your favorite time of year?
We do want to get very specific with our details here.
Absolutely. I think an honorable mention that I'm seeing a lot on the text line is that first snowfall, because we're all so oblivious. For some reason, it's almost like the last winter has completely slipped our mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, oh, it's so beautiful. And then you remember, oh, this is like 7 months of this.
And it feels clean.
Yeah,
Like it kind of
smells
cleans
good.
everything up. Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah, no, that first snowfall, a great honorable mention, but it didn't make the top 7.
At number 7, we have blooming season, especially when you can be around those trees that only bloom for like a week or a couple days, and they're just magnificent.
You got to get those photo shoots in front of the tree before everything falls off. And then you got like little, what are those little crab apples?
Plums? I think they're like mini plums. It's saucer magnolia, I think, is what I have in my front yard, and it is incredible. But honestly, for like 4 days.
And Christy wrote in saying it's such an incredible time of year when the white Mayday trees and lilac bushes start to bloom because the smells are incredible. I think it's like May or June. Not really sure. Climate change has warped the seasons in my mind, is what she says. Yeah.
At number 6, we have a warmer than average stretch in the winter that involves sunshine. So this is a floating time, but almost every winter it's like, wow, this week is supposed to be really nice.
Yeah. How lucky are we that we can go outside in just a hoodie today?
Yes, or you go tobogganing during that week. You build snow forts, you build snowmen. At number 5, we have the late, usually unexpected summer-esque weather that we get in like late September or October, where it's a little bit frosty in the morning or starting to be, but it's like hot in the afternoon. Love that. Afternoon golf that time of year, just the best.
Also kind of annoying though. You wake up, you're bundled up, and then you're sweating buckets by the afternoon. And you got to carry around your big jacket.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning on the show, maybe the top 7 worst times of year, according to Lisa. At number 4, we have a solid rainy spring day that washes away all the dirt and salt on the roads.
Feels good. You finally see a worm.
Your lawn's just like, give me that.
What is with worms and where they hang out though? Why do they always end up in the middle of a driveway? That's a bad spot, bro.
They're just looking across the path. They want to see what's on the other side.
This is another great honorable mention that just got texted in from Jody. In the fall, when you get to finally ride your bike through the ravine, the pretty colors when you're going for walks.
And the leaves crunching under your bike tires.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
At number 3, we have Christmas. Listen, you don't have to go outside to see the beauty of outside. So specifically, I'm talking about like the Christmas season when you're sitting inside looking out the frosty windows.
Eating a pot of gold.
You've cooked that turkey so the windows are a little bit steamed up, but the beauty of, Canadian winter is right there for you to look at. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's almost weird. There was that one year where there was no snow on the ground on Christmas, and I hated it.
Yeah. When I lived in Poland, I was there for Christmas, and there wasn't snow on the ground, and I was really starting to get homesick. And it's crazy how attached to the snow at Christmas I was. Woke up Christmas Day, dump of snow.
No way.
Yeah, it was the best. At number 2, we have the Midsummer Festival season.
You've got the Taste of Edmonton. You've got Heritage Fest. Everything is so fun. It's so alive downtown.
Fringe.
The Fringe Festival.
When you're in flip-flops walking on White Ave, come on.
And they block it off, and you're just drinking a craft beer with your sunglasses on. You're a little bit burnt, but that's okay.
Hook me up to this. I love this top 7 right now. Anybody else got tears in their eyes?
Yeah, I can't wait to eat a soft pretzel on White Ave.
Now, this might surprise everybody, but I'm just feeling it right now at number 1.
Okay.
Right now. Winter is behind us. We might still get flashes of like, wow, it's cold out. It's minus, 10 right now, minus 12, something like that. Like, it's cold. But the promise of warmer days is ahead. You're excited about everything that spring's about to bring. toothpick races.
You can hear the birds chirping again.
For those that don't know, you race toothpicks in the gutter when the water starts to melt. Super fun thing to do with your kids. Great way to teach them how to gamble. Bonfires, golf, NHL playoffs are coming this time of year. I think it's the best because you get to look forward to the summer that's coming too. It's just all excitement.
Yeah, I was excited too, and I washed my car yesterday, and then that was not a good idea. Do you ever dress up or try to look good in situations that at the end of the day shouldn't really matter?
Yes. I've caught myself getting dressed up for like any school events that my daughter has.
I want to look well put together.
Yeah, I guess I want to be respected by the other parents, but I also want to have like a little splash of daddy.
Because you went with your daughter on a field trip a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And I did notice you were wearing like a suit jacket, and I was like,
I was going to the
"What is
ledge.
that?"
I was going to the legislature. I was a daddy chaperone.
See? So that's a great example. So today I made sure to put on like a full face of makeup.
What for? Do you gynecologist or?
No, I'm getting my hair done. So I have to stare at myself for 4 hours straight. So the last thing I need is to be picking apart my face.
See, I kind of thought I did see you doing your makeup, and usually at this time of day you don't. And I knew you had your hair appointment today. I thought it had something to do with like maybe before and after pictures. You know, you knew you'd be taking a picture of yourself, so I thought that might be the reason. But I guess looking yourself in a mirror is...
For 4 hours, it's tough.
You got to put some cake on those blemishes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And there's something about the lighting in a hair salon that makes you look like a troll. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they do it on purpose, if it's a mind trick for... When you see the app, maybe they switch the lighting or they move you somewhere when they twist that chair around.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're in a beauty pageant. I don't know what it is.
The other one I have is, for some reason, the casino. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not like you're talking to people. You're looking at a slot machine.
Yeah. I just feel like it's like a fancier place than normal. So I'm usually like, oh, I should put on a button-up shirt to go and lose $100.
What about when you know someone's coming to pick something up from your house? Do you put on nicer pants? Like, what if there's a Kijiji meeting?
I don't think I'd get dressed up for that.
I think I'd do the opposite. So they leave me alone after. I try to look as disgusting as possible. Nikki texted in saying, when you're going to that one friend's house who's always done up, so now you feel like you have to be put together when you see them.
Very valid point.
Everybody has that one friend that always looks good. Even when you go to someone's house and they're wearing jeans inside, I'm like, what? You don't immediately put sweatpants on when you walk into your house?
How strange is it that we get dressed up so nice for funerals, too? Like, they can't see you.
Ryder.
Well...
It's paying respect.
They don't know.
True. I actually don't care what anyone wears to mine. Just make sure there's buffalo chicken dip in my honor, okay?
Okay.
Lena wrote in saying, I work in a hospital. My hair's always up, and I'm always wearing a mask. But I still do the work to make sure my eyebrows and lashes look good. Why are we like this?
Yeah, you got to make sure what's showing's looking great.
Lindsay makes a very valid point. I do my makeup when I have to buy new clothes. To really see
Is that
if
right?
the outfit looks good, it's not giving the full potential. You won't actually buy it.
Interesting. I've never thought of that one. What do you got for us?
Okay, so, and maybe it's because I'm just old and boring and I'm weird, but I love to get dressed up to go grocery shopping. I'm talking like lashes, my hair. I am looking fine.
And is that because you rarely leave the house, so it's just that's your outing?
How sad is that?
Well, sometimes they play some bangers, like as if you're in the club when you're at the grocery
there's
store.
Some, like, you always hear Natasha Bedingfield Unwritten.
Okay, but then you pretend you're walking down the catwalk because
exactly.
you're in your cart.
There's so many catwalks.
And I can because now I'm looking fly because I have done my lashes and my hair and my makeup, so I'm looking good.
And because you're holding the grocery cart, there's no worry about slipping with the heels.
That's right. It's like a walker. It's perfect.
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
Brought to you by Cal Mustara, your real realtor with Maxwell Progressive.
We are joined by Abby, who's looking to win $1,000. She is caller 7. I'm going to break down the rules just in case this is your first time venturing over to Ryder and Lisa in the 1K wordplay.
Yeah, of course.
Here's how it works. Abby's going to pick a teammate, whoever she thinks that she may think more alike. Lisa or myself, that teammate will leave the room and not be able to hear anything. Then we're going to give Abby 5 words. She tells us the first word that comes to mind for each. will invite her teammate back into the studio. Do the same with them. For every word that matches, it's $25. If all 5 are the same, it's $1,000.
We're due to give away $1,000. It's been a while. Abby, who are you going to roll with this morning?
Let's go with Lisa.
Okay. Good luck.
Get out of here, Evans. All right. I'm going to start a 25-second timer as soon as I give you the first word, okay?
Okay.
Let's do this. The first word is door.
Slam.
Sorry, I don't know if you got cut off there. I'm going to give you one more chance here. What did you say there for the first word?
Slam. Slamming the door.
Slam. Got it. Okay. I'm going to start the timer again, okay? I didn't know what happened there. Next up, we have cow.
Milk.
Awards.
Show.
Traffic.
Jam.
Jail.
Sell.
All right. Let's get Lisa back in here and give away some money.
Oh.
Are we winning money today, Ryder?
We're winning money.
Yes.
I don't know how much.
Oh, don't.
Well, get in the zone.
I'm trying.
You look flaky. You look like you're not in the zone right now.
Okay, I'm trying my best.
Slap yourself a couple times. There you go. Here
Okay.
we go. What's the first word that comes to mind when I say cow?
Milk.
One for one.
I wanted to say moo, and then I was like, there's no way that Abby said moo.
What's the first word that comes to mind when I say awards?
I feel like you've given me this word months back before. Season. No. It is award season.
She went show. Award show.
Oh, that's a really good answer, Abby.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay.
What's the first word that comes to mind when I say traffic?
Jam.
All right. We're at 50.
Ooh, $50. Let's keep going.
How about door?
Slam.
Yeah.
Woo! It's the slap. It was the slap. It woke me up.
You see? $75. Not bad. And
Okay.
awards was pretty close. Your two answers.
Yeah.
Let's make it 100. What's the first word that comes to mind when I say jail?
Prison. What was it?
She said cell.
Dang.
Not bad. $75,
Not
Abby.
bad.
Nice.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks, Abby. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank
you.
Your next chance to play is tomorrow morning at 7:50. Edmonton specific life hacks at 780-784-7107. If you've discovered something that you'd like to share, like the beauty of driving on 91st Street.
Ryder, nobody cares about 91st Street. That's just you.
Oh, it's so awesome. There's so few lights. They're always green. There's a Costco there. There's lots of green space. Love 91st Street.
So do you just take 91st Street even if you don't have to go in that direction? You just drive it sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just go back and forth. I got a pretty boring life.
All right.
Thanks for bringing it up.
What was your hack at a specific grocery store here in Edmonton?
The Sobeys at James Mowat Trail on the south side, just off Ellerslie.
Tell us more.
They still offer the free cookies for kids. I know a lot of the Sobeys have gotten rid of that, including the one on, I think it's 23rd. No more.
No more free cookies.
But free cookies still. James Mowat Trail represent.
Can I ask for a cookie and claim it's for a child that I left in my car?
Yeah, you could probably try that. You might get a cookie, but you might also get like the police talking to you about why you left your kid in the car.
Oh.
And then you
Okay.
could be like, just kidding.
Another grocery store hack that's Edmonton specific that I learned about at book club is that all of the hot singles shop at the Safeway in Bonnie Doon.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're always in the frozen food section.
Because single people like frozen food more. I guess there's servings for one.
There's a girl in my book club who's married, so she's not interested, but she noticed. She's
just
like,
said
listen,
this.
if you're single, trust me.
Really?
Bonnie Doon Safeway is stacked.
There you go. Kelly says shawarma platters are the best way to feed your family. I have a family for 4. We'll get a shawarma platter and eat it for 3 meals. Love that hack. Sylvia says, buy your liquor at the chain stores like Wine and Beyond and Ace Discount Liquor, but support local when buying your beer because it's a very similar price and quite often they'll have a better selection from local brewers. Great tip. Couldn't agree more, actually, too. When you think of some of the cool beer stores in this town, but just don't buy your whiskey from there because they'll get you.
So we just got this text from Penny saying, you forgot to mention the speed limit on 91st Rider. It's 70.
Yeah, I know it is.
What?
See?
But then we get this text. Not sure what you're talking about. I drive 91st every single day and I hit every single one of the red lights.
Is there a 91st on the north side maybe too? That you might be running into issues there. I'm talking about the south side 91st, baby. Come on, smooth running.
Melissa says, I worked at the cannabis store at Bonnie Doon and I can support the Safeway comment. Okay. We need to look into this. This is a social experiment. Everybody go to Safeway today on your way home from work and let us know what the babe pool situation is like there.
Sure, love that. Brent says, use the pay by phone option when parking downtown. It just makes way more sense. Everybody should get on board. That's an Edmonton specific life hack.
I can't give mine. I'm gatekeeping my parking hack in Edmonton. I don't want anyone else to know about it. I'm crossing my arms.
Lisa?
I refuse.
Come on, you don't care about our listeners, I guess?
I do, but I also care about getting a free parking spot when I'm going to Rogers Place, so I don't want everyone else to get up in my business and steal my spot.
You know why it's a free parking spot? Because they expect you to go in there for a drink or an appetizer beforehand.
I always make sure to go in and have a drink first, and then I walk to Rogers Place, and the parking is free. And
living is easy.
But I will not tell anyone.
Canadian Brew House downtown.
Hey!
Well,
you said you wouldn't tell anyone.
I'm not going to gatekeep from our listeners.
I can't believe you just did that.
Well, they deserve to know.
Well, I'm going to go tell Sobeys to stop giving out free cookies because you're selling them on the side for triple the price.
Oh, yeah, they'll buy that for sure.
Okay, this one's great. Again, we're asking you for your Edmonton-specific life hack. Jessica writes, Edmonton Public Library rents out video games. That's pretty cool. If you don't mind playing a certain game past its hype cycle, you can save thousands of dollars on your console gaming needs.
I guess because you could just rent it out for free. You don't even have to pay.
We should all be supporting the public library more. Like, honestly, it's such a fantastic place to go with your kids if you want to waste some time or get them, tire them out for a day. There's so many fun activities to do there. Support the local libraries.
Casey says Campio downtown offers the same deal for parking. And Dan says everybody knows about the free parking at Brew House.
Well, now they do.
780-784-7107. What do you got for us? Edmonton-specific life hack.
Well, you know how the price of gas is so ridiculous right now?
Yes.
Okay, so the Nisku Costco gas station is like last week it was about $1.25.9 up here in Edmonton, in the city. It was $1.15.9 at Nisku.
That's a pretty good deal. I know how to get free gas at Costco.
What?
Serious.
Okay, what is it?
Just eat one of their hot dogs. I guess that's $1.50.
Gross.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.